This is a brand new account, trapped in a brand new game mode, and there is only one way to escape: to buy yourself out. The price? Max cash. If you didn't watch the first episode, there's a link in the description below because there will be spoilers right from the start. And this episode, my main goal is to get ready to unlock 2 of the biggest upgrades I think you can get in Fresh Start Worlds. We have the items we got from the last episode selling in the GE, so absolutely fine for money. So I'm in a great position to get on, level my stats and unlock some new areas. And that's level 20 smithing that I need for the next quest. And this is Tourist Trap completed. I get 10,000 XP in a skill of my choice, and I'm probably going to go thieving, so I need a lot of thieving levels for an unlock later. Warrior Rings just sold on the GE, 500k, I had that in for, that's going to be nice. And it's level 65 attack at the same time. So just logged in for the day, and both Berserker Rings have sold 10 million GP each, that's 20 million GP, which is like 80 million GP in the main game. Just quickly to explain how this works, when I buy a bond in this game mode, I know in 6 months time, when it merges with the main game, that bond is going to be worth 6 million GP, no matter how much I pay for it now. Level 42 Thieving means I can now do one more quest. And this is Temple of Ikov completed with some very nice ranged and fletching XP too. 13 bonds, that's 78 million GP so far, but I have to make just under 100 million GP a week on average to make that 2.147 bill. And to make that kind of money, I'm going to have to unlock the hardest things in the game, which means a lot of quests and a lot of skilling. $62 lockpicks so far and still not open this chest. Finally! There's a treasure complete. That's going to be absolutely huge for getting quick magic levels. And there is the stuff that makes anyone instantly look like a PK. With my newfound money, I can now afford myself a nice full mystic. So since you need level 66 to get into the Magic Guild, the best way of getting mystic equipment, but it's only level 40 magic to wear it, I thought I'll test selling it on the GE, and sure enough, the gloves and the boots have just instant sold for 30 and 35k, and they only cost 10k each. Could be a nice little flip. What an amazing training spot, but everything you need to train here is extremely expensive, so the prayer pots are 20k each, the runes are like 300-400 GP each. Can't stay forever, but the levels are going to fly in. This is draining my cash, but it's well worth it. Level 75 magic, and I'm training defensively, so I'm getting my defense levels up too. And with high magic and high defense, I can now of course do barrows efficiently. And look at the prices of some of these items right now. And they're only this high because not many people can do barrows yet. And this is my plan to make the big money. Get to content before most players can, rinse it, move on, and go to the next one before other players get there too. Spent ages here trying to get this temple built up. Made myself some bracelets, bought myself the hammer just so I can do it as a solo. Spent about an hour, and then these two people have just come along and said thank you very much. But that is the Shades of Morton complete. That means I can mini game teleport straight here and then run over to Barrows. double chest. Oh wow, that's huge. Probably going to keep one. I might sell them both if they go for the right price. Going to put them both in for a couple of mil. See if either of them sell. Oh, Guthans just sold instantly. So that's like 2.1 million on the Guthans. And that is Lost City complete. Just the start of a recipe for disaster because I want to change my training spot. I want to go somewhere where I get good XP, but I also make money. Just helping the mountain dwarf so I can grab this rock cake. So my new training spot is going to be the Nightmare Zone, and with the points I can buy herb boxes, and herbs are just crazy prices right now. So good XP and good money. You can only buy so many herb boxes per day, so I've just bought the most you're allowed to buy. Just going to see how much these are worth. 461,000 GP I've just made from that. That is huge. These are the Mystic boots and the gloves that I bought earlier, and they're both selling double the price. I've made over 1 million GP in one day. Trying to get all my stats up to 70 because obviously I'm going Barrow, so I want to be able to wear the gear, and this is level 70 range. These are the high scores. It's a good way to see which people are doing what bosses. If you're one of the first doing a boss, the drops are generally worth a fortune. As soon as loads of people start doing it, then obviously the prices drop, and there's a lot of people now doing Rex. But there's not a single person yet with 50 Prime or Supreme kills. So that's definitely something I'm looking to do too. Oh, spoon-fed. Honestly, these things are just spoon-feeding me. Every episode's just going to be me at the Dagonoth Kings at this rate. And even when you're not getting drops, the bones are just amazing. Level 61 prayer. And this is my 46 Barrows chest. The only item I've got besides that double chest is a Darrick's helm. So I've got a new plan and a new boss. Now that the Barrows prices are coming down, as lots of people do it, I'm going to flip my strategy and I'm actually going to start buying some Barrows gear for another boss. Darrick's plate skirt has just bought. That means I just need the helm. The GE track is saying 1 million GP, and in this game mode, if you need an item, you just have to pay it. Otherwise, you're going to wait days to try and get it. And it was right, instant bought for 1 million GP. Just doing one more sub-quest on Recipe for Disaster. I'm going multi-combat and deep wilderness, so I need the best stats possible, but also with the lowest risk. That means I can now get iron gloves for +3 strength and +3 accuracy. This is my setup, full Varrox, Amulet of Power, iron gloves and climbing boots. So with protect item on, the only thing I'm really risking is some prayer potions. And that means I can even do the next boss AFK. Dragon pickaxes are 10 million GP each, which in the main game right now is worth about 40 million GP. No one's expecting me to be here. Callisto safe spotted. Gonna go make a brew. That's 50 Callisto kills. I'm now not alone. There's other people here. There was no one on the high scores earlier. And the price of the Dragon Pick has dropped to 6 million GP. So I think it's time to move on to trying to get those stats and those levels for those two massive items I mentioned at the start. That's Biohazard complete. Underground Pass done. And that is Regicide complete. Always makes it sound really easy when you watch a video and they just reel off quests. You never actually get to see what they've been through. So those quests now give me access to Zulrah, who has a few good drops, but the main one I'm interested in is the blowpipe. But the problem is there's no one selling anti-venom. Just snag Kirill's skirt and Koif. I'm keeping my eye on any Barrows items that are going quite cheap. Bonds are now currently worth about 1 million GP each, so the exchange rate has now gone to 6 to 1 from 4 to 1, and the reason is Skill Specs found a way to bug exploit, and obviously people must have been using it, because there was loads of wealth transferred into Fresh Start Worlds. He reported it to Jagex and they took it out of the game and all the money with it, so now Fresh Start Worlds money is worth more again. These boots and gloves are just doing absolute work for me, like 2 million GP profit a day I'm making off these. So I just wanted to show you the price of an Abyssal Whip. 50 million GP. And an exchange rate of 6 to 1. That will cost you in the main game money 300 million GP for a whip. And the two items that I want to go for are better than that. And I think it's finally time to do the Dwarf Cannon quest. And there is the cannon, amazing for training. Slayer cannonballs are finally affordable. Need some more money, and nothing to see here. Just going to my favourite spoon spot. If a Berserker ring's worth 10 million, surely an Archer ring is worth the same. I'm going to leave it in. Step 3 on the clue. Need to do the quest to go in the lighthouse. What do you do? Jagex just knows how to make me do quests. It knows my weakness. You know what's going to happen if I do it, don't you? Is it the casket? Of course not. So the song is from My Arm's Big Adventure, and this is the requirements. The ones in red are the ones that I don't have. But that question was at least good practice, because I've got a lot of quests and a lot of stats to level up, because I want to get raid ready.
I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no. I got no rival.
Oh, snag some god boots. And it's the bright white ones. Look at the whiteness on those bad boys. I'm like a kid on the first day back at school. And I've been training my Slayer with that cannon. 55 Slayer unlocks broad bolts. Dump the rest of my money into prayer, because 70 prayer unlocks piety, which is huge. The huge upgrade I've been putting off until I had a decent prayer level. Even with 70 prayer, this is probably going to cost me about 500k. And that was painfully slow. So this is my final setup. A lot of leveling, a lot of quests needed this week to unlock. But finally I have the gear and I have the stats to do one of the best money makers in the entire game right now. Especially on a brand new game mode.
Deep in the dark, down on my knees, I've seen things that you wouldn't believe. I was lost until I found that I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.
Definitely need to tweak my setup for next week, but now that it's unlocked, the other massive item I want is the Fang. And imagine if I got lucky and even got a staff here.
That I'm invincible. Nobody gon' bring me down.